Feel the beat drop.
This is the Do Weekly Podcast, a weekly challenge podcast for small business owners by small business owners. I'm Natalie MacLeese, and this is my co-host, Alex Vasquez.
Yeah.
That was an amazing display of talent, Alex.
I know. Oh, wait. Is this thing on?
Yeah?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Can we edit that part out?
No.
We can't. What a bummer.
There's no edits on this episode. It's just going out as is.
Oh, man, that's going to suck for all of our listener.
Yeah, all two of them. They'll probably be pretty upset.
And they're probably us.
Or our moms.
Oh. Sorry, I thought that was a mom joke.
No.
Oh. Well, you know what? Here we are. We're on episode 5.
I was beginning to wonder if you knew what episode it was.
I don't even know where I am right now. Where am I?
At the North Pole.
Hey, I did it. I knew I could drive a car all the way up here. How's your week going?
Well, I've had kind of a rough week, Alex.
I feel like you're always dramatic. How rough of a week did you have?
I got kind of sick, and then I was sick for a couple of days. And then I got really sick, and I went to urgent care, and urgent care sent me to the emergency room, and emergency room admitted me to the hospital.
Now...
On my birthday.
Okay, on your birthday?
On my birthday.
On your birthday. Wow. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I am sorry that happened, but I told you so.
You didn't tell me anything. Actually,
if we go all the way back to your birthday last year, do you remember what I told you when I gave you your gift?
No.
That's my sound effect for us going back in time.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Here, Natalie, please accept this gift of nothing but stationery. And remember that if you don't say I'm the best guy ever, you're going to get sick and you're going to go to the emergency room next year on your birthday.
Huh.
You remember that?
I don't remember that, actually.
I remember it like it was last year. And again, I told you so. But you didn't die. You're here.
I didn't die. I'm alive.
Okay. Well, I'm really sorry that you ended up in the hospital. I mean, are you sure that you're supposed to be, out of the hospital? What's supposed to happen?
I'm cleared to be out of the hospital. They cut my little bracelet off and everything.
Did they clear you to do this podcast? Do you have a doctor's note that says that you can record the Do Weekly podcast?
I don't. Does that mean you're going to refuse to do it with me?
That means that you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to have to write you up.
Yikes.
Okay, well, you know what? So you had a rough week.
Yeah.
And, I had family coming through town, so it was a bit crazy there, too.
Yeah.
I feel like some of this could potentially impact the challenge we were supposed to do.
Yeah, maybe it could.
Maybe it could, Natalie?
Yeah.
Maybe? What are you trying to say, Nat?
Alex, I didn't do the challenge.
What?
I know.
You didn't do the challenge.
I didn't do the challenge yet. I will do the challenge.
You didn't do the challenge yet. Now, dear listener, you know who you are out there.
There's at least 2. We both have moms.
I'm going to say, Alicia, you know who you are. Rachel, Nathan, Mom, and Mom 2. So, Natalie, you didn't do your challenge. And that means something. That means that we're going to have to do something pretty extreme here.
Uh-oh. What?
Well, Natalie, you had an idea about what would happen if someone did not do the challenge.
I did.
What was that idea, Nat?
But I thought that's when you were going to be the one who didn't do the challenge.
Meaning you thought I was going to be the one who borked it. That I was going to be the one to flake and not do the thing. Because you think I'm a little irresponsible. And it's only because I never deliver projects on time. That's not true. But still, you thought that I was going to be the one who failed to do
a challenge.
Eventually.
We only made it to the 5th episode.
I know. You've set quite a precedent, and you know what, Natalie?
no, what?
I'm so deeply disappointed in you.
Oh.
And I know that you said you were in the hospital, that you needed surgery or are going to get surgery or something like that.
Yes, in
but
the future.
I don't forgive you for needing surgery. That is totally your fault. I feel like this is all your fault. I win. I'm a winner. And I think I should get a prize for it, Natalie.
All right, Alex. What do you think your prize should be?
I think you told me earlier what you thought would be a good type of prize. Mm-hmm. So why don't you tell all of our listener what it was? Wah, wah, wah.
To bake you a cake.
I would like to be baked a tasty, sweet treat. Mm-hmm. And not a cake.
Uh-oh, not a cake. Okay.
Not a cake. I want cookies.
Okay, what kind?
Something with chocolate inside of them. Like, I want a quadruple chocolate chip cookie, but multiple versions of it. Like, multiple cookies. Like, not just one cookie, like a whole batch of them. You know?
Yeah.
Like...
Which is probably good because it's hard to find a recipe that makes one cookie.
I feel like you're making fun of me right now.
No. I will have a batch of some kind of chocolate cookie ready for you when we record the podcast next week.
Okay, and remember that I have allergies to sunflower and goat cheese.
I would not put sunflowers or goat cheese in cookies anyway.
Okay, just making sure, because you did that last time, remember?
Yeah, but that was when I was trying to get rid of you.
Well, it didn't work, because here I am, and we're recording another podcast. So, Natalie, what is the challenge that you didn't do?
To either create or update an email list and send out a message to your customers.
That was a challenge. Now, I did do the challenge. Well, my challenge was I already had the list. I just haven't pinged my subscribers in a long time.
Yeah.
My challenge was a little bit different. Since I already had the list, I was going to reach out to them. I was going to send out a newsletter. I can talk a little bit about that. Oh. But before we do that, Nat, you're telling me you didn't do the challenge at all? You didn't message anybody?
Well, I mean, I messaged everyone with my laptop at the hospital to explain why I wasn't doing their work.
At the hospital, while you were at the hospital, mm-hmm. You emailed your clients that you're doing work for, and you told them that, hey, I'm a little sick right now, so I'm not doing work for you.
Yeah, I told them I was in the hospital.
I have some strong feelings about this, but what did they say?
Well, they were very nice and very understanding, and one of them even said, "Why are you even thinking about my website right now?"
I mean, that's a good point because, you know, like you have to take care of your health and whatnot. I'm going to give you some points for that.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some points for reaching out to your clients and saying, hey, I was a little sick. Please understand that I'm not doing stuff on your site right now, which is a good idea. That's responsible. And I actually think it's really cool that they responded. They're like, oh, hey, don't message me. Take care of your health. And that's good. And you have clients who care about you, yeah. Which is awesome. My experience was not quite the same.
Yeah, I imagine it might have been just a little different.
I have, on my subscriber list, I had 890 active subscribers. And I decided I was going to send out a newsletter, a campaign.
That's a good amount of subscribers. So
it is. And
you.
These are just people who, you know, have reached out over time. Yeah, I mean, the people that are on the list, they're former clients, active clients, prospects, people who I've had sign up for the newsletter list at different events and things like that. Okay?
Okay.
Because I haven't really hit that list at all lately. You know, I wanted to send an email that would tell people that, hey, I'm going to be sending you some emails coming up. I don't like getting emails that I didn't really sign up for or didn't expect. I'm sure you don't like them either. And if you don't want emails from me, you can click this big red button that says, click here to unsubscribe.
That's very smart.
I think so. And I think it's a great way to let people know, hey, I'm here, I exist. And you're giving them the opportunity to kind of self-select, which I think is a good way to market. So I had like 890, and as of today, it's below 500 active subscribers.
So you lost almost half.
So I lost like a big chunk of subscribers. At first, it was a little bit it sucked a little bit. I cried a little bit on the inside.
Oh.
But, in looking at it though, I look at the positives, because from a certain standpoint, this is a huge positive for me. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people unsubscribing automatically makes my existing list it increases the quality of the existing list that I have. Because the assumption is that the people who didn't unsubscribe want to get emails from me. And
I think that's a safe assumption.
That's a safe assumption, I think, too. And, the people who don't want to hear from me, that's okay. They may be people I'm never going to do business from or with. They said, you know what, Alex, cool. I'll see you later. I got a few replies from people who were like, hey, I'm not a client, or I'm not a client of yours, but I'm interested in what you do. So I got a few of those. I didn't get any negative messages or anything, people wishing death on me for sending them an unsolicited email.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, no, it's totally a good sign. So I think also, depending on what sort of email marketing service that you're using, my company is a certified consultant for ActiveCampaign, so that's what I use. And, at the tier that I'm at, that first payment tier stops at 1,000. I had like a couple hundred people unsubscribe. That also helps me not have to pay the higher tier too. I've got a higher quality list, which improves my deliverability scores, which in email marketing is really important. At first, it's just so funny because, I looked at the campaign after the first hour. 75 people immediately unsubscribed. They're like, peace out, Alex, you're a jerk. Or at least that's what I thought, right? And, you have to not take it personally, and you have to find what the positives in there are. And the positives are that people did respond. Not in the most ideal way, but the ways in which they did respond are only beneficial to me, because I don't want to market to people who don't want to hear from me.
No, that makes sense. And I would personally rather have an email list with 50 people on it who were excited to hear what I had to say than a list of 5,000 people who didn't want to hear anything from me.
Yeah, precisely, right? And yeah, so that's the nugget that I take away from it is, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but in my case, I think it was totally the right call to send a permission-based marketing campaign out there. And that's something that I would recommend for anyone who is out there who did this challenge and like you had a shoebox full of business cards. Because, technically you're not supposed to put them in your email newsletter list. If you are going to take that risk, which I don't recommend, but if you do take that risk and you do email them, it's a good idea to say how they got to your email list, and then tell them, I'm going to be sending out more newsletters. If you don't want those, please click here. You still may get some flack from people, and, your scores could take a hit. Your deliverability scores could take a hit. But asking permission, I think, is a good idea, rather than just, blatantly spamming people with your next great offer or what have you.
I know that one time I helped a customer move email services, and we moved from something else, I don't remember what it was, to MailChimp. And that's usually pretty easy to do because you can usually just export a list from one service and import it to another. It's not very hard. And when we imported the list to MailChimp, they actually gave us an option to email the list with no consequences for unsubscribes. Because sometimes when you send out a message and you get lots of unsubscribes, you can get, put in timeout. You can get in a little bit of trouble to say, we think you're spamming people, so you can't send a message for a month or something. But they gave us an opportunity. Hey, here's an opportunity. You can email the whole list if, half the list unsubscribes, we don't care. But we're going to give you this opportunity to kind of clean up your list and get rid of the people who don't want to hear from you anymore. My client was really reticent to do it at first, but I explained to her kind of what we've discussed here. You're way better off with a list of 100 people who want to hear from you than a list of 1,000 who don't.
Right. And I mean, just that whole philosophy too, I feel like you can take that to especially social media at large, where there is such a focus on getting more followers, or, that's been the case for a long time. And I think that area, social media, is starting to mature, and, folks are just exhausted by getting bombarded by automated junk. People want to engage with you on social media. They want to engage with your business. They want to engage with the things that matter to them. And, they're looking for something meaningful. And to your point, Natalie, with the emails, yeah, it's, you want like a small group of furiously enthusiastic fans of your business.
Yeah,
and
that's who's going to do the most business with you.
Those are the ones who are going to talk about your business to other folks.
Yeah, that's where you're going to make the most money, the most profit.
I know I mentioned that shorthand stationery place, and I'm going to keep doing it until they start shipping me stuff that I really like. But I'm a huge fan of their little shop. I bought like $80 worth of stuff there today, Natalie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that shop too.
I bought a giant pencil that I don't need. And
how giant?
Oh, it's like bigger than my face.
That's a really big pencil.
What are you saying about my face?
Well, it's attached to your head, so.
Thank you. The nicest thing Natalie ever said to me, well, Alex is great. His face is attached to his head. Thanks, Natalie.
You're welcome, Alex.
Well, Natalie, even though you did email a small subset of your customers, I feel like you still have to do the challenge.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll still do the challenge.
Okay. We're going to pinky swear.
Okay. Pinky swear.
Okay. By the power of Grayskull, you, Natalie Elizabeth MacLeese, will do this.
That's not the right name.
What?
My mom is listening. She's going to get upset.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your middle name?
Joe.
Joe?
Yeah, J-O.
Natalie Jo MacLeese, are you going to do the challenge?
I swear I will do the challenge.
And are you going to bake me cookies?
And I will bake you cookies.
Yes! So many cookies! Ah, okay.
You can stuff them all on your face like the Cookie Monster.
Oh, the cookie is not just a sometimes treat, it's an all-the-time treat. Sorry, but it's the truth. What is our challenge this week?
Our challenge this week is to either set up, if you haven't already, or to update social media profiles for your business.
This may be a simple challenge, you're thinking to yourself, but it actually takes a little bit of time because you have to think about it a little strategically, right? Natalie, let me ask you. I mean, we have similar types of businesses, but I'm curious to get your read on it. Like, what social media platforms do you think are relevant for your business? I
currently have a Facebook page and I have a Twitter account.
Okay.
But I haven't posted anything to either one in quite some time.
Well, let me take a look, Natalie. So.
Oh no, you're gonna look at it for real?
I'm gonna look at it for real. So I'm gonna go to Twitter. I'm going to go to twitter.com first. Mm-hmm. /
Purple pen.
Purple pen. And what do we got? Okay, so Los Angeles. We build beautiful, effective, and affordable websites for small businesses and nonprofits. Founded by @Natalie Mac. I like the little blurb there. You retweeted something on January 2nd.
Of this year?
I don't think so. I am going to guess.
Oh, actually, I think that was this year.
Okay, well, your tweet before that was from June 22nd, 2016. And it has a nice photo of Bridget Willard at You Too Can Be Guru. That's pretty cool. So that was a while ago. And then
Yeah.
your last tweet before June 22nd, 2016 was February 17th, 2015.
Yeah, so I'm like a once a year kind of tweeter on that account.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But obviously, there's a lot more that you can do with this account. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the platforms that are important to you, that you feel are important to you, and maybe we can talk about some other ones, or just get your thoughts. And then we'll talk about maybe strategies for updating and things to consider. How does that sound?
All right.
Okay. So are Twitter and Facebook the only social media accounts that you feel are relevant to your business?
I think I could probably do some fun stuff on Instagram because I do some design work from time to time that I think people would like to look at, but I don't have that set up at all.
Okay. And I think Instagram would be a great platform. It's very image heavy, image based, lots of, and you can tell stories through video too. So it provides a lot of easy to use tools to, create content. And you do a lot of stuff. Like, I feel very lazy whenever I'm around you. You do so many things, and I'm just I'm like a potato on your couch.
Yeah, I guess part of it is I have maybe a hard time figuring out which things would belong on a personal account and which things belong on a business account. Because I think about, when I was running Girl Develop It, that almost felt like it was its own business. And I didn't talk about it very much on Purple Pen accounts. I could probably talk about my book. I could definitely talk about this podcast. Sometimes I feel a little bit weird talking about projects I'm doing for clients on social media, but I guess that's something I could discuss with them up front when I'm taking them on as a client to ask if they would mind. Hey, do you mind if I share in progress shots as we put the website together? I'm not going to share anything, private that they've sent me, obviously. And I guess to get permission from them up front to do that, maybe I would feel okay about it.
I think that's a great idea.
So which social media platforms do you use for your business?
Well, Natalie, I use all of them. No, that's not true.
There's 1,000.
It's not that many. I'm kind of in a weird point, not a weird point, but the point that I'm at right now, I took on a marketing intern about a month and a half ago. And we've been developing a strategy and just a plan to update our different, my different social media channels. So I've been posting updates, whereas I wasn't really doing it before. So I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have a Google Plus page that we don't do anything with, and a LinkedIn business page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just Google Plus, I kind of feel like has fallen a bit to the wayside.
Yeah, I'm not spending any time there. I think there's there's still a really doggedly loyal community there. I don't feel like it's an area where I should spend my time because I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. So I'm just not going to half-ass it. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to whole-ass the things that I know I can do, right? Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. I can do those.
Do you think that those are a fit for every business?
No.
Is there any platform that you would say everyone should be on?
It's always, the stuff is always opinion, right? But, Facebook, everyone is on it, even with the whole delete Facebook campaign. I don't like Facebook. It's annoying. Up until a couple of days ago, Nat, I had taken a hiatus from Facebook for several months. It's grown into this very toxic place. I won't get into that.
It takes over your life.
It does.
If you let it.
If you let it. It's been good to be off of it. I haven't really noticed not being on it, and it's great. But I feel like Facebook is a good place to be just because so many people are on it. And so many people do search Facebook for things that they're looking for. And not just for your Facebook page. You should have a Facebook business page. I firmly believe that because there are so many people using the platform. But I also think that combined with the occasional self-serving business post from your personal account is also very useful in drawing attention to what's important for your business, because you're going to get a lot more traction that way. It's an unfortunate truth.
So using your personal account or your own name and not your business to post link to your business page, or just talk about something that's happening with your business?
Either or both. I'm not saying do it all the time, but people on your personal Facebook, your personal Facebook profile are the most likely people to engage with whatever it is that you're posting. There's a difference. We all know who those people are, those contacts we have, those relatives we have that might be, putting out like that pyramid scheme thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm just, saying
multi-level marketing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, if you have something coming up that's important, the occasional personal post that links to your Facebook business page or to some specific call to action on your website is great. And people don't want to do that because people don't want to mix business with their personal stuff, but
they don't want to feel salesy.
And I think that really kind of hits home with where I'm at with social media, because it's about being authentic. It's about just being as genuine in business as you are personally. And your business is personal. It's a part of who you are. If it tanks and goes to the bottom and burns up, you're going to feel it. You're going to hurt. I mean, these things are not separate. We keep thinking they are. They're not.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I am my business. My business is me.
Precisely. And if I look at my Twitter account, Natalie,
I bet you have tweeted since January.
Well, I'm going to have you look it up. You tell me, when I last tweeted, and tell me anything that you notice on the profile that I should maybe take a look at. For our listener at home, it is at Digisavvy, Digisavvy.
Digisavvy. All right. So your latest tweet is from yesterday.
What? What did I say?
You said it was WordPress Wednesday, and you talked about updating WordPress plugins.
Man, I am so cool. I have to say that my intern, Cassandra, that was her idea. I definitely approve that message. The WordPress Wednesdays thing, I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, that's a thing? You didn't invent that?
I did not invent that. If you tap through the hashtag there, there's a lot of people.
Oh, there's a lot of people who aren't you.
Who are using it, right? Yeah, so I think it's obviously an opportunity to find hidden gems like this. This is great. I didn't know it was there. Cassandra found it. So this is something I'm definitely going to be hitting going forward on Twitter and Instagram. And here, Natalie, I'm going to bring up my Instagram. So give me a moment.
Should I look at your Instagram too?
Yeah.
That's also just Digisavvy?
Yep.
And I see that it is a very similar post to what went up on Twitter. It's your most recent post.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to be very, very strategic with what I'm doing and trying to be a little more regular and repurposing the content that I'm using so that I can place it on different platforms. But the one thing I do need to do on my Twitter account, I have an old ass logo. It's not even...
Oh, no.
The logo is totally different than what is on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I see that. So you have some updating to do.
Oh, geez, Natalie. Here, read the description here.
Orange County.
Yeah. I don't even live there anymore.
You haven't lived in Orange County in quite some time.
It's been 6-7 years.
Yeah, Orange County Internet Marketing, Web Design, and Social Media Marketing Agency. We help you increase traffic, brand awareness, and optimize your site for search.
That all needs to change.
Yeah, you could probably use a little bit of that elevator pitch we did.
Yeah, in episode
3?
4 3. Yeah, that's the ticket. And
it was episode 3.
And for my location, I have OC, LA, and NYC. That is just bullshit.
Wait, NYC, where did that come from?
Oh,
Just trying to look cool.
Well, partly, but also, I had a friend who I was contracting to do work who was out there too. And yeah, that's not been the case for a long, long time.
Hey, that's why we're doing this challenge.
So yeah, I can definitely update that. And, you know,
new logos, new
logos,
banner photos at the top. What are those called?
I think they're just called cover photos.
Cover photos.
Oh yeah, I don't even have
Twitter
one.
and Facebook are the only ones who have those, I think.
Natalie, I don't even have one.
You don't even have one on
Gosh,
Twitter.
what a hoser.
Because I don't think you've updated your account since they introduced that feature.
Oh no. You see, I sounded really cool there for a while, like, oh yeah, I'm totally on top of this. I'm not. I'm totally not.
Well, look, you've let your Twitter account slip through the cracks.
Oh, man.
So you better also take a look at what you're doing on LinkedIn and Facebook. That might need a little facelift.
Oh, no. Well,
and then, I wanted to talk for a quick minute about our listeners, hopefully, that have brick and mortar businesses. And something I think is important for them to do, which is to have their business listed on Google Maps.
Yes. Yes. 100 times yes.
Yeah, so I've done that before. It's pretty simple. There's a link that you can click on Google Maps to submit a business. And then you own the business listing. You can put in a description of your business, a logo, photos of the, what it looks like from the street. And people can come in there and write you reviews. But then when anybody is looking anywhere near your business on Google Maps, they'll see it on the map. So if you've ever been looking at Google Maps and you see the little dots with business names, that's how those get there.
So that's Google My Business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely should. I feel like Google My Business doesn't get the love that it probably should because, Google's been doing so much stuff with that program. I feel like they don't really advertise it too much. I know that they're out there, they're pushing the platform because we've done workshops at the Small Business Development Center to help businesses get on Google My Business.
Yeah.
So we've done some workshops around that are sponsored by Google. So it's incredible how many small businesses I talk to who have not claimed their business listing. Yeah.
And I know I have some clients that I've helped set up. You get this lovely email every week that tells you how many times your business came up in a Google Maps search. And even tells you how many times people then click that magic little button for directions to your business.
Yeah. And, that's for brick and mortar businesses, that's absolutely huge. And it does give people an opportunity to leave reviews about your business too, which again can be really positive in helping folks to make informed decisions about whether or not to do business with you. And I'm going to go on the record and say that I like it a whole lot better than I do Yelp. I won't get into the whole thing, even though I just kind of said I was going to. I'm not. I'm stopping myself.
I will prevent you from ranting.
Yeah, no soapboxes here.
No rants.
No rants. But no, I definitely think that the Google My Business platform is just, there's a number of key things about it that I think are great. They really do try to encourage a community for users on there too, to be fans about the business, to help each other make decisions and answer questions about businesses. They're doing so much stuff, and I think it's really great.
Yeah, I signed up to do that, to be a Google Guide. And every once in a while, after I have visited a local business, and these are local small businesses often. It's not asking me about big chain places.
Right.
I'll eat at a little restaurant or go in a little boutique, and a couple of hours later, I'll get a little alert on my phone that says, hey, could you answer some questions about this business? And it'll ask me things like, hey, is this, if it's a restaurant, is this good for groups? Do they have takeout? Do they take credit cards? Do they have outdoor seating? Just the kinds of things that people go in and ask. And so they have these Google Guides that you just sign up for. And then every once in a while, I just answer 3 or 4 questions about a business I've just been to. And it helps them improve their listing, but then also helps more people find you who are looking for what you have to offer. Yeah,
I could not say it any better. I'm a Google local guide too. And I'm going to toot my horn here. I'm a level 8 Google guide.
Oh, I have 2 more questions to answer and I'll be at level 4.
Well, one day you'll be able to breathe the air up here at level 8. Right now there's 10 levels, I think. But it's really cool, though. I mean, there's an aspect of their Google My Business that is gamified. And it's all built into Google Maps, right? Like, they've managed to gamify an aspect of it to really encourage people to leave helpful reviews and to be active. 100% claim that business listing in Google if you have not done it already.
Yeah.
Or improve it. Like, improve it with, something with a description that is keyword relevant to your business.
Yeah, and has a nice photo of what you look like from the street.
Mm-hmm.
Logo.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, the whole nine. Let's break down the challenge, the TLDR version of this. So
yes, just fast forward to this point in the podcast.
Okay. Oh, hey, here we are. Pardon our dust. What is it we're asking folks and ourselves to do?
Give some thought to which social media platforms you think are a good fit for promoting your business.
Badoom.
And then set up accounts on those platforms if you haven't already. If you already have, definitely go back, take a look at what you've done. It probably needs to be updated.
It probably does.
Maybe you've got a new logo. Maybe you've moved to a new location.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Natalie. Come on, man.
These things tend to fall out of date.
Oh.
So just update them, and then you'll be in a much better place to start sharing a little bit about your business. Posting up pictures of the great dishes in your local restaurants, putting up pictures of happy customers, whatever it is that's relevant to your business. Maybe you have a dog grooming business. I would personally love to follow a dog grooming business on Instagram.
You can do no wrong there. If you can work little puppies and kittens into your social media feeds, you will get so many followers.
Yeah.
They may never do business with you, but they will like your stuff.
And you never know when they are going to adopt a puppy and bring it in.
Yeah. So, folks, that's the challenge. Don't be like Natalie and get, sent to the hospital.
Yeah, please don't. Please never get sick and go to the hospital.
Yeah, don't do it and use that as an excuse to not do the challenge, because that doesn't fly here. That shit does not fly here. So you gotta do the thing. That's my phrase that pays. You gotta do the thing. We're going to do the thing. We're going to update our social media accounts. We're going to create the ones that we should create. And we're going to focus our energies on just those things. Just those important things.
That's what we're doing this week.
All right, Natalie. Gosh, what else should we be telling people?
That they should head over to iTunes to write a review.
Oh, dang. Are we on iTunes?
We are officially on iTunes.
Where else can our podcast be enjoyed?
Blueberry, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, TuneIn Radio,
and TuneIn,
which is the Amazon Alexa, in case you didn't know. Well, Alexa, play Do Weekly Podcast.
Oh, dang! You know what? For those who may not know, TuneIn Radio can be streamed from your Google Home device.
Oh, as well?
It can.
Okay, Google. Play
do you?
Podcast.
I know you don't have it.
I have expected both of our phones to start listening to me.
No, the technology does not work. Yeah, so, subscribe. And also, reach out to us at Do Weekly Podcast on Twitter. Let us know what you think of what we're doing. Do you like it? Are there challenges that you want us to do? Let us know, please. And let us know on Twitter. Let us know on our website at doweeklypodcast.com. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, and share your finished social media profiles with us. Tweet them at us.
Yes, tweet them at us so we can retweet them.
Or email them, and we'll love to see what you've done. Yeah,
please do a thing. If you don't do it, I'm going to show up to your place of business.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to confront you. And I'm going to be like, hey, John.
Listener 64321.
Yeah. How come, what the hell, buddy? Why didn't you update your social media stuff? I know you listen to the podcast, jerky.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to get personal, folks. So get in there, do it. Don't boop off.
You just beeped yourself.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, this has been the Do Weekly Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Natalie. See you next week.
See you next week. Do-do-do-do.
For cookies.
For cookies. Feel the beat drop.
This is the Do Weekly Podcast. I'm Natalie. Start over.